Hey everyone, so today we're going to talk about an organization that's really on the front lines for every single cyclist in the Sunshine State, the Florida Bicycle Association. We're going to dive into what they do, why it's so incredibly important, and how they're building a real movement for safer streets for all of us.
And it all boils down to this one simple, powerful phrase. This isn't just some catchy slogan they came up with. It's a declaration. It's this core belief that anyone who rides a bike in Florida deserves safer roads, better bike lanes, and just more respect out there. This is the why behind everything.
I mean, you think of Florida, right? You picture the sunshine, the amazing scenery. It seems like a paradise for anyone on two wheels. But if you've actually ridden here, you know there's sometimes a huge gap between that picture-perfect idea and the reality on the road. And that makes this a really serious question.
And here's the honest answer. For way too many people, a bike ride in Florida means dealing with real, actual dangers. And I'm not exaggerating here. It's a daily challenge that just highlights how badly we need change. This reality? This is exactly why the Florida Bicycle Association has to exist.
So where did all this passion, this drive come from? Well, to really get it, we have to go back to a specific person and a moment in time that changed everything. It all starts with a woman named Margaret Raynal, a true advocate whose story is at the heart of this movement. So let's break this down. Back in 1996, Margaret, a woman who dedicated her actual career to teaching bicycle safety across the state, was killed by an inattentive driver while she was out on a ride. I mean, the tragedy just sent shockwaves through the entire cycling community. It was a massive wake-up call. It's what sparked advocates to come together and build the FBA into the powerful, statewide voice it is today. And her legacy? It literally lives on the backs of thousands of cars with that Share the Road license plate, which helps fund the very safety education she was so passionate about. And that unified group became the organization we're looking at today. The FBA is the direct result of that moment, that realization that cyclists needed a collective, powerful voice speaking up for every single one of them in Florida. So, what is the FBA officially? It's a statewide advocacy and education coalition. And the key word on this slide, the one you really need to hear, is coalition. See, this isn't just some club for hardcore cyclists. It's a partnership. It's individuals, local bike shops, and even government agencies all pulling in the same direction for better safety, better access, and better laws. And they don't just hope for change, they have a clear, three-part strategy to make it happen. First up is advocacy. Being in the rooms in Tallahassee where the decisions get made, shaping the laws that affect you. Second is education, giving solid resources to both cyclists and drivers. And third, infrastructure, actually working with cities in the state to build safer roads and trails from the very beginning. Okay, that all sounds great on paper, right? But what does it actually look like in the real world? Let's get into the specifics of how this strategy turns into real programs that are making a difference you can actually see. A huge piece of the puzzle is education, because, safety isn't just about painting bike lanes on the road. It's about changing the culture. That means helping cyclists become smarter and more confident, and just as important, it means helping motorists become more aware and respectful. It's really about changing behavior on both sides. And check this out. They start super early. One of their biggest programs gives grants to schools so they can teach bike safety. This is just such a brilliant long-term vision, right? They're helping create a whole new generation of safer drivers and safer cyclists from the ground up. And we're not just talking about ideas here. They put their money where their mouth is. Schools can actually get up to $500 to get their students involved in these free online lessons. It's a tangible investment in the safety of Florida's youngest riders. And remember we talked about Margaret Raynal's legacy? Well, this is it, right here in action. That Share the Road license plate is so much more than a piece of metal on a car. It's a rolling billboard, a constant nagging reminder for every driver out there to pay attention and do the right thing. And the support doesn't stop there. They have all these practical tools that help you directly. Things like the Informed Bicycling Pocket Guide, which tells you your rights and responsibilities. They're out there fighting distracted driving with the Hands-Free Florida campaign, and they make sure you know the laws with super clear, easy-to-understand resources. These are the things that actually empower you on every ride. Okay, so here's the most important part of all of this. All this work, the advocating in the Capitol, the education in schools, the partnerships, it's all powered by people just like you. This is where we talk about turning individual support into real power. Look, let's make this personal for a second. The FBA's mission isn't just some big abstract concept. It's about making the streets safer for you when you go for a ride. It's for your kids, for your neighbors, for your whole community.
It's about creating a Florida where anybody can feel safe and comfortable hopping on a bike.
And this slide really hits it home. I mean, think about it. One person trying to get a lawmaker's attention? It's tough. It's a lonely battle. But thousands of members speaking together with one unified voice? Wow, now that is a movement. That is a voice that is absolutely impossible to ignore, and it's what actually shapes policy and saves lives.
And here's the bottom line. Every single program we just talked about, from the school grants to the team fighting for better laws, it's all fueled by members. Your membership provides that steady, reliable funding that lets the FBA do this critical work, year in and year out. You're not just joining a club, you're literally investing in a safer Florida. So as we wrap up, I'll just leave you with this question. The work is happening, the plan is in place, and the need is crystal clear. The only question left is, are you ready to add your voice and help build a more bike-friendly Florida for absolutely everyone?